A single glance across a crowded airport shattered 12 years of carefully buried memories. Exhausted from juggling 2 jobs and holding her young son's hand, Meredith Rowan froze when she recognized the man walking through the terminal. He had once been the love of her life, the man she believed she would marry. Now he was surrounded by executives, dressed in an elegant suit, and moving with the quiet confidence of someone who had built an extraordinary life. She had no idea that he had become one of the country's youngest millionaire CEOs, and he had no idea that the little boy beside her would change everything. If you believe kindness, forgiveness, hope, and second chances can change lives, please like this video, leave a meaningful comment, share this story with someone you love, and subscribe to our channel. Every act of support helps our family and our community continue sharing emotional journeys that inspire hearts around the world. 12 years earlier, Meredith and Colton Hayes had been inseparable. They met in college, sharing impossible dreams while surviving on cheap coffee and determination. They promised to build a future together, but life had different plans. Colton received an opportunity to move across the country to launch a technology startup, while Meredith stayed behind to care for her seriously ill father. Distance slowly became silence. A heartbreaking misunderstanding, combined with missed letters and unanswered calls, convinced each of them that the other had chosen a different path. Eventually, they walked away carrying broken hearts instead of happy endings. Life tested Meredith in ways she never imagined. After her father passed away, she married someone she believed would give her stability. Instead, the marriage collapsed within a few years, leaving her alone with her cheerful 6-year-old son, Bennett. She worked every daytime shift she could find, cleaned offices during weekends, and sacrificed nearly everything so Bennett would never feel unloved. She smiled for him even when she cried alone during quiet afternoons after dropping him at school. That morning at the airport, Meredith was traveling for a job interview in another city. It represented her chance to finally earn enough money to give Bennett a better future. She kept her head down, hoping no one would notice how worn her suitcase looked compared to everyone else's polished luggage. Colton almost walked past without recognizing her. But something about the way she gently fixed Bennett's backpack reminded him of the young woman who once believed every problem could be solved with kindness. He stopped instantly. Time seemed to disappear. Success, expensive watches, luxury cars, and business awards suddenly meant nothing compared to the woman standing only a few steps away. Neither of them knew what to say. Years of silence felt impossibly heavy. Before either could find the right words, Bennett accidentally dropped his toy airplane. Colton picked it up with a warm smile and handed it back. The little boy thanked him with innocent excitement, completely unaware that he had just introduced 2 people whose hearts had never truly stopped loving each other. Their flights were delayed because of severe weather affecting nearby airports. For the next several hours, fate kept bringing them together inside the bright terminal. They shared coffee while Bennett colored pictures at a nearby table. Slowly, awkward conversations turned into genuine ones. Meredith admitted life had been far more difficult than she ever expected. Colton confessed that despite becoming wealthy beyond his dreams, he often felt incredibly lonely. His company had grown into an international success, yet every major achievement reminded him of the one person who was missing from the celebration. As they talked, old misunderstandings finally unraveled. Meredith revealed that she had written dozens of letters after Colton moved away, but her father's illness forced her to change addresses several times. Colton admitted he had done the same, believing she had simply stopped responding. Neither had abandoned the other. Life had quietly separated 2 people who never stopped caring. When boarding finally began, Meredith thanked Colton for the unexpected conversation and prepared to leave. She assumed this would simply become another bittersweet memory. Instead, Colton asked where she was staying after the interview. Embarrassed, Meredith admitted she had booked the cheapest motel she could find because it was all she could afford. Without making her feel ashamed, Colton arranged comfortable accommodations through his company's travel department, insisting it was simply unused business reservations that would otherwise go to waste. Meredith accepted only because Bennett looked exhausted and she wanted him to sleep somewhere safe. The interview exceeded every expectation. Meredith's compassion, intelligence, and determination impressed the hiring panel. Before they reached a final decision, however, another surprise arrived. Colton privately offered her a leadership position managing the Employee Wellness Foundation within his own company. He explained that after hearing her story, he realized successful businesses also needed compassionate people who understood real struggles. Meredith hesitated. She feared people would assume she received special treatment because of their past. Colton respected her concerns and encouraged her to choose whichever opportunity truly made her happiest. For the first time in years, someone cared more about her future than his own wishes. Days later, Meredith accepted the foundation role, but only after completing the same interviews and evaluations required of every candidate. She wanted to earn the position through her abilities, not through sympathy. Months passed, and their friendship slowly returned before love ever did. Colton became a positive influence in Bennett's life, attending school events, helping with science projects, and cheering from the sidelines during soccer matches. He never tried to replace Bennett's father. Instead, he became the dependable adult every child deserves. Meredith watched a different side of Colton emerge. Beneath the polished CEO was still the humble young man who once dreamed of changing lives instead of simply building companies. Inspired by Meredith's resilience, he expanded his foundation to provide childcare assistance, emergency housing, and educational scholarships for struggling single parents working within his organization. The greatest turning point came during the foundation's first community celebration held on a sunny afternoon. Hundreds of families gathered to celebrate new beginnings. Bennett proudly walked onto the stage holding a small handwritten note. With innocent honesty, he thanked his mother for never giving up and thanked Colton for proving that good people sometimes come back into your life exactly when you need them most. There was hardly a dry eye in the audience. A year later, beneath clear blue skies in a peaceful botanical garden, Colton asked Meredith if they could finally finish the future life had interrupted years ago. This time there were no misunderstandings, no unanswered letters, and no promises delayed by fear. Meredith smiled through joyful tears and said yes while Bennett cheered louder than anyone else. The family they created wasn't built on wealth or success. It was built on forgiveness, patience, second chances, and the courage to believe that love can survive even the longest seasons apart. Before this story ends, we'd love to hear from you. Do you believe true love deserves a second chance when life separates two people? Share your thoughts in the comments and tell our community whether you believe destiny can bring the right people back together. If this story touched your heart, please like this video, leave a meaningful comment, share it with someone who needs hope today, and subscribe to our channel so you never miss another emotional journey. Remember, sometimes airports don't just send people to new destinations, they reunite hearts that were always meant to find their way back home.